So this brings us to our first index card. If you care to write this down on an index card, you can do that, and feel free to pause it in order to write things down. I'm not going to require you to write these down on index cards, but remember that you can use index cards on your quizzes. So the first thing I want to talk about is capitalization and the rules for capitalization, which I think most people are familiar with, but just in case, you want to make sure you capitalize only the following kinds of words. Now, there's one word that you capitalize in every single sentence that you write, and that is the first word at the beginning of a sentence. And then there's also a pronoun that you always capitalize no matter what, and that pronoun is the pronoun I. And then finally, the words that you capitalize are proper names of people, places, companies, products, and etc. So again, feel free to pause this if you want to write it down. On the back side, you could have some examples. So here's one example. So you can write this down and then think about what you would capitalize in this sentence. And the most obvious thing is the first word of the sentence, we, needs to be capitalized. So you would capitalize that. Now the word mom is a little bit more complicated, because sometimes you would capitalize mom and sometimes you do not. And the way you decide is, are you using that word as a name? So if you said, I called mom last night, the word mom is standing in as a name, and you always capitalize proper names. But if you say, I called my mom, that's no longer being used as a name, it's just being used as a noun. And so in this case, because it's my mom, we would not capitalize that word. The next word that we would capitalize in this sentence is the proper name of the restaurant, which is Perkins. So we'd capitalize that. And then lunch is not a proper name of something. We do capitalize things like the days of the week and months of the year, but we don't capitalize words like lunch, so we'd lowercase that. Here's one more example. Again, you can pause this if you need to. And again, we would capitalize the first word of the sentence. We capitalize the proper name of my sister, which is actually Maggie. We capitalize the proper name of the state that she lives in, which is Arkansas. And finally, we would capitalize the pronoun that is always capitalized, which is I.